What's doing it for y'all? What's doing it for y'all? I want to see which one of my mutuals posted some good videos on it. You look like the guy on the couch with Alan? Nah, I don't think so. Nolan, I'm out the loop. We could do Nolan first. Even though, I mean, that'd be that's a note. That's a, anything but Graham. I'm so exhausted with that shit. Okay, I got you. We'll do Nolan first, bro. Let's talk about Nolan. Let's talk about Nolan Xavier. RIP Nolan Xavier, first of all. We're going to talk about Nolan Xavier. I'm not happy to talk about it, but this is what we're going to talk about. Not happy to talk about it. Hopefully one of my mutuals here. Yes. Shout out Dwight. We're going to watch Dwight's video about it. Let's do it.
I plan to come on here and tell y'all about just how black of a weekend I had here at Essence Fest, but I can't do that because yet again the black community is hit with another tragedy that doesn't make sense. This is 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, who went missing at Horn Island in Mississippi while celebrating the 4th of July weekend with these 3 friends. Now, a body was found on Monday, but the identity of the body has not been confirmed. But let me tell you this. We do not want to hear that this is another case of a self-unaliving. Not in Mississippi and not on the 4th of July weekend. We're not buying that. Now, authorities are saying that the last time he was seen was with a girl, but there's no further detail on what the girl looked like or the girl's identity. Now, I've also searched high and low to see where the statements are from the 3 friends he was with, and I've not been able to find anything from them. That, to me, is concerning and questionable because if you went on a trip with 3 friends for the 4th of July weekend, if it were my friend, I would be asking questions, speaking out, searching, doing all the things, and I've not heard anything of that sort from those 3 friends. Now, his mother says that obviously her and her husband have been worried sick and they've not been feeling good and they just want their son to come home and walk through the door. And they're asking for any information or any help that anyone can provide. But I'm praying for this family because this is getting out of control. And again, we don't want to hear that it was a self-unaliving. We're tired of that narrative. Now, I plan.
So let's talk about that narrative first of all. First of all, condolences to Xavier. Because obviously after this video, he's passed now. Or they found a body, but they haven't identified him as him yet, I think. Here's the thing, right? The narrative that black kids hang themselves or unalive themselves. We're gonna say hang because that's usually what I be hearing. First of all, that's false. Black people in general don't kill themselves like that. And I'm not saying that it's never happened. Like in the situation with Janae, what was her name? Ashley Janae. Like, those things happen, right? That is not a normal thing, right? So let's get that understood first off. Second of all, let's really put in context what we are talking about. July 4th weekend, a black boy goes out to, this lake, this island with 3 of his white friends. The black boy turns up missing. None of the white friends know where he is. They deactivate their Instagrams. They apparently had his phone. They said that they said that they didn't see the nigga. This is all stuff that I've seen off the internet from what's all it. So we'll just put it on the table. They said they saw the nigga, or they said they didn't see the nigga, and then they said they did see the nigga, or they said they found video footage with them around each other, like with the white people out. I'm pretty sure this is the video of them together.
Nolan Wells is seen getting into
after being like they don't know, they wasn't seeing, like after saying they don't know, they never saw him. This is him. I like this. It ain't many black people over here, gang. We as black people have to have a serious conversation about. I think this is the thing that I always like. I see, right? I will see people, especially black people. I will see people call for full-blown segregation again, meaning We should have never been integrated into society. I will see black people call for full-blown segregation before we've even started to go over the basis of like shit like this. Having white friends, having white communities, people that move to white communities, having these people around your kids. As a collective, you want to talk about what needs to happen. As a collective, we should not be allowing our black children to be around aimless white children. Does that make sense? Because this is the thing. I don't want to further division. And that's what people say, you're furthering division. It has nothing to do with furthering division. When we are actively within a 2-month span have watched multiple instances of black children that should be 21, that should be 25, that should be 35, not make it past 18. Multiple instances. Or get their lives taken away from them, get thrown in jail cells, and not be treated fairly within the justice system. The reality of it is bro, I was a kid that was told you gotta love everybody, and you can't look at people through the lens of color, right? I had immigrant parents. That's something that immigrant parents do, right? Or, well, not both immigrants, but I had an immigrant parent, right? My mom would tell me stuff like that. Hey, don't look at people a certain way. Make sure you have a bunch of friends. White friends, black friends, Asian friends. And I think in a perfect world, yes, you should make sure that the people that you confide in and are close with, they should be in a perfect world, be of all shapes, sizes, colors, everything. The problem is we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world where our president is a pedophile. We live in a world where black people get hung and nobody knows what happened. No camera saw nothing, and it's ruled a suicide a day later. We live in a world where 3 black boys or 3 white boys and 1 black boy go on a 4th of July trip, and now nobody knows where the fuck the black boy is. The black boy turns up dead. We have to start looking at this from the reality. And the reality is, if white people aren't going to teach their children and educate these things, educate about critical race, educate about race in general, or microaggressions, or just straight up like horrible acts of violence that white people have committed throughout the entirety of their time in America and on this earth. If white people not going to educate their kids on shit like that, what the fuck do I need to have my black babies around them for? Genuinely. What are we talking about? It's like we play this game. Oh, you can't be racist. Don't be racist. We play this game as if it's like racist. Like as if it's a vice versa thing. Oh, what if white people was like, don't have their kids around black people, it'd be racist. Yes, dumb fuck, because it was racist. And they was lynching niggas, and they do that now. They do that now. This is the thing. We've gotten past the racism, bro. We've gotten past the whole, oh, it's just, I don't like you, blackie, you monkey. No. Because they will sit there and look in your face. And it doesn't have to be blatant, I just don't like you, but it will be making microaggressions. It will be making you the butt of the joke every single time. It will be not caring about your safety the same way they might care about their white counterpart's safety. There is no reason. If you are a parent and you are a black parent and your child is primarily around white people, you need to start bringing them around black people. Take them into spaces where they can find people that look like them. Period. Give a fuck, period. Done. Because then your child becomes 14 years old and now you don't know where the fuck they are because they went to the sleepover. Next thing you know, they're dead. They turn up missing. Bro, it's tiring, bro. Oh my fucking God. Bro, I feel like every week is something new, bro. This person died. This person died. This person got, damn. Yo, we gotta do something. When are we going to actually do something? And it has to start. And it has to start with things that they're going to point the finger already. They do it already. They point the finger already. It's out of hand and it's exhausting. Thank you, Fed. It's exhausting, bro. It is literally like, it's exhausting, bro. It's exhausting to have to wake up every single day and we saying RIP to another motherfucker, bro. Yet, oh my God, let it have been a white child. Let it have been a white child. Go on a trip with 3 black kids and turn up dead. Jesus fucking Christ. You would have had Jake Lang with his dick out in the streets. Just fucking flailing. So let me tell y'all a story. I'm going to tell y'all a story. My story. I'm going to tell y'all a story. I remember being 16 years old. And I remember me and my homies that went to these white women's like house. And we was just out there bulling. They was friends of ours. It wasn't no weird shit. But they lived in an area that wasn't that great. You feel me? And by wasn't that great, I don't mean in a like a poverty way. It wasn't that great in a like they was all Trump supporters, right? And I'll never forget, right? We went to this person's crib. It was fine. We had a good day. It was cool. But I remember my sister found out that I was there alone. That I was there alone basically with these people. And her parents was there. Her whole family was basically there. It was me alone with like 2 of my homies. It was JJ and who else? Might have been JJ and Allen. I don't remember, but I think it was JJ. It was definitely JJ was there. And I will never forget, bro. I get out look, my sister was mad as fuck. She on the phone. She like, oh my God, why are you da-da-da? And I'm like, why is she tripping? And I remember walking out the house. We finally left the house. My sister came and picked us up. This is another thing. It was like an hour away from our house. It must have been like maybe 40 minutes away from our crib, right? We get in the car. And I promise you, I will never forget. My sister must have fried me had to been about like an hour. The whole ride home, she was frying me. And then she stopped and kept frying my dumb ass. And then we got to the crib and she kept frying my dumb ass. And I was mad as fuck, bro. I was mad as fuck. I was mad. But also, like, I didn't understand the sentiment, bro. You got to think about this, bro. I didn't understand that, like, black boys really do turn up missing when they hang with these white people, bro. And this is something that we see to this day. We've been seeing since back then and we see it to this day, dog. And this is the thing. This is what I want parents to also understand, though. Your child not gonna understand shit like that. So what you have to do is you have to educate them. If my dad would have educated me on Emmett Till when I was younger, would have educated me on all of these situations that we have seen, it don't gotta be in the fucking 60s and 40s and 30s, nigga, right now. Better believe that I'm gonna educate my kids about shit like this. Nolan Xavier. I'm going to educate my kids about shit like oh my God, what's her name? Taylor, the lady that went to the sleepover. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You feel me? I'm going to educate my kids about those things, and that it's not to be scared. It's to understand the world that you live in. The same way we educate our kids about the hoods, the same way we educate our kids about carrying toy guns. That's what, oh my God, that's the shit that makes me mad, bro. The white man is fucking our brains up. We as black people will educate our kids to not wear the hoods, to not have the toy guns, to not sag your pants, to not talk a certain way, to code switch. We'll educate a certain way when it comes to like police, right? Or well, it don't even got to be police. We might just educate that way when it comes to our own black people around us. You know what I mean? If you live in a neighborhood that's a majority black neighborhood, you will literally, and I know y'all can agree with this, you will literally see black people, your black parents, sometimes be like microaggressions or like real life racist when it comes to own black people. Oh, don't be around with them, or they look like niggas, or don't get your hair this way because. But that's the thing about the white man. That's the thing about white supremacy that fucks us up. We will do shit like that before we bar our kids from hanging around the white kids. It's cool when our kid grows up and they got a bunch of white friends though at the suburban school. It's okay. They can be with that because these is their friend group, and I'm glad that they're making friends at this all white school. No, because then shit like this happen. We have to understand it, bro. These is our oppressors, bro. And I wouldn't say I love white people. I respect and love everybody though, right? If you respect me or I respect you. At the same time, I'm not a fucking idiot. And I'm not about to stare my oppressor in the face and nothing has changed and think that everybody all cool with me and happy dory and yay, we're all best buds because we don't see color. No, that's not about to fucking happen, dog. Ever. I'm always gonna look at you a certain way. I'm always gonna you a certain way. And that's what we call trauma. That's not racism, that's what we call trauma. That's what we call, you've done a lot of horrible things. Your ancestors, you're complicit, whatever it is. You are a part of a machine. And this machine has done terrible things to my people and minorities and people that look like me. People I relate to, people I love and care about. So until those wrongs are made right, we not doing the whole chummy shit. No, you will be kept at a distance. And that's what people need to tell their kids. You will be kept at a fucking distance. They will be kept at a distance. You can have friends. You can have these things. When your friends ask you, why don't you come to any sleepovers? My kid, I want you to be like, oh, because my parents have told me about Nolan Xavier. My parents have told me about these things where black kids go to here and get abducted and die. We talk about Get Out. We think Get Out is such a fun ass movie. No, Get Out is real, my nigga. Get Out is some real shit. That's some real shit that niggas actually go through. That we've allowed them to take and create as some just like a pop culture moment. No, that's real life. In GTA, if everybody decides this shit needs to be burnt down, I'll be the computer hacker directing everybody on where they need to go, just saying, hey, we gonna need you. Cause it's coming. It's gonna have to come. Cause these niggas not stopping, bro. We gonna be in cages. And we talk about how the world has gotten more emboldened. The racism is more emboldened. If we normalize shit like this, we're going to get one of these every week. I promise you. And they're going to continue to get buried by the media because it doesn't matter when black people die. Who gives a fuck? The reality of it is, bro, Buffalo, you right, bro. You right, bro. And like, you don't even got to put a name on it. Freddie Hampton, you don't even got to put a name on it. Just learn the things and talk about them. And you can take them for yourself, gang. Who gives a fuck? The reality of it is, bro, we put labels and names on them too much. And that's a standard that people can't live up to. You're not going to be able to be white and live up to Fred Hampton because you're not Fred Hampton. You're not a black man. You didn't grow up in Chicago. That's not, you know what I mean? We don't need you to be Fred Hampton. We need you to not be complicit, though. And that's what I get the sentiment of what you're getting at. Niggas got to speak, bro. Yeah, here's the thing, bro. It's just so sad, bro. It's so sad, bro. You know, so there's a nigga that be doing content. He be doing content like basically going up to black people asking if they okay. And he be like, he do shit that I don't exactly agree with. In like, I don't fully agree with certain shit, but also like he be saying shit, but I understand the sentiment. Like, no, we do need to care that much about our black people. If you are black and you see one black person in a group of white people, genuinely you need to ask the nigga if he okay. You don't gotta say he diluting the race or no weird ass shit like that. But asking him, is he okay, bro? That's simple shit as black people we can start doing to build community. Because you'll be surprised how many people have all white friends. Don't just have all white friends because like they just love white people. Some of them have all white friends because they've been through like maybe a bad experience with someone who was black and they got that colonized mindset. They have a white man's mindset. They don't understand that like anybody can be anything. They see that as pattern recognition. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I can't have friends. Now I can't have black friends because all black friends are thugs. All black people are this and that. They have a white man's mindset. So sometimes you gotta pull them out that mindset. Real shit. There's a video on IG about how different it would have been if Kamala were president and her policies instead of Trump. Yeah, that's real. Couldn't even hear you. What? Couldn't even hear dude? What? When the thing went on? It's sad, bro. It really is sad. R.I.P. Nolan, bro. I genuinely like. It's just so sad, bro. It really is sad to see, bro. And it's like we gotta do more for our black kids, bro. We gotta do more.
Who, me?
What the fuck? We gotta do more for our black kids, bro. Real shit, bro. We really do, bro.